Yes. And yes. All right, all right, all right. And we are live.
Awesome.
Yes, I think we are. Yes, there you go. Just you Facebook just updated. We are live. All right. Good
Awesome.
night.
How you doing?
I am good, thank you. And how are you?
Good. Ready for a good talk tonight.
Okay, so for the ones that don't know, my name is Pedro, your physical health coach. And right next to me,
I'm Daryl. I'm your emotional health coach. I'm also a hypnotherapist and a hypnotherapy tutor.
yes. And tonight we are going to talk about something that most people with back pain never really feel comfortable asking about, but almost all of them struggle with, which is how can I have a fulfilling sex life when my lower back hurts? I know. Let's be honest, pain changes everything. Yeah, it doesn't just affect how you sit or sleep. It touches on your confidence, your connection with your partner, your ability to relax and to enjoy the moment itself. And it often leaves us, or you, avoiding intimacy just out of fear. But some things do make worse, yeah. Maybe your body just don't feel really safe, okay? And sometimes you might feel guilt or shame or even embarrassment. Like this part of your life is just fading and you're not sure how to get back. But here's what we want you to know: it is possible to feel confident, strong, and to connect again with your partner. Just need to understand what your body and your mind are really asking for. At Vita, we help you stop fighting your pain and start supporting your whole system, physically and emotionally. And that includes reclaiming the parts of your life that bring you joy and intimacy. So tonight you hear from two expert coaches, me, Pedro, your physical health coach, and Daryl, your emotional health coach. Each one of us will talk you through two powerful ways to improve your sex life by working with your pain, not against it. So I will show you how to prepare your body and what movements could make intimacy a little more safer and more comfortable, and a few mistakes that you could avoid. Daryl will talk more about it, yeah. But at the end of the session, the goal is to so you can have simple tools that you can use tonight to feel more supported, open, and confident in your own body and in your relationship. Without further ado, let's get started. Daryl, do you want to begin?
Thank you, Pedro. Fantastic. And apologies about the technical issues there. I don't know. I disappeared for a moment. But tonight, I am going to be sharing two strategies with you that are going to help you have a much better sex life if you've got a sore back. So I'm going to focus on number one, enhancing intimacy, and number two, using hypnosis to manage pain, build emotional resilience, promote compassion, and body awareness. Okay, so the first one, enhancing intimacy. Like, this is the absolute most important thing that you've got to do. How many times have you heard that the secret to a great long-term relationship is communication? It is the first step in a journey towards great sex that's going to leave you both extremely satisfied, even if one of you is in pain. According to Dr. Rosie King in her book, Good Loving Great Sex, the root goes like this: communication, when it's good, leads to intimacy. Intimacy leads to the ability to experience sensuality, which leads to sexuality and good sex. This is known as the KISS method, CISS. With back pain, that might look like having an open conversation about your needs, what you physically and emotionally need. That means emotional moments can happen. It means you feel safe. You're safe to enjoy yourself, and you now have intimacy, because intimacy develops through open communication because you can trust each other. You're
Yeah.
developing trust, the ability to be open. You can share experiences, tell stories, And now that you've got good communication, you've got intimacy and trust, now you can feel really confident to move into sensual movements, into sensuality without fear of pain. Gentle touching without worrying if it's going to hurt, worrying about where it's going to lead to or what's going to happen. It could be a massage, a side hug, a bath together.
Mm, mm,
Once you've got sensuality, once you've got intimacy, once you've got communication, this is all going in the right direction for great sex. Sexuality is the natural next step. Exploring sexual activities only when it feels safe, only when it feels right, when the pain allows for it, and with the freedom to stop or reverse anytime that you want. KISS, CISS. If you want
mhm,
to follow this method to enhance your sex life, remember open communication is vital. Talk to your partner about pain without shame or embarrassment. You'll need to get confident talking about your preferences. Confidence will need to be built over time if you don't already have it. You'll be sharing which positions or movements feel comfortable and which ones don't, making sure that you don't hurt yourself in order to perform for your partner. I advise you to be really specific. For example, side lying feels way better than lying flat. This clarity is really going to help your partner to support you effectively.
mm.
Depending on your personality and your relationship, you might like to use a bit of humor. Be like, oh, Isa, this wheelbarrow is a bit adventurous, a bit ambitious with this sore back of mine. How about we go for the reverse cowgirl? And no, I don't fancy a dirty Sanchez. However you communicate in your relationship, go for it. But either way, don't experiment until you've got that communication. And you will need to experiment to get it right. When in doubt, pause, don't push. Try low strain positions like spooning to reduce pressure on your lower back while maintaining closeness. Use pillows for support. Adjust them to find the sweet spot while your partner looks for your sweet spot to adjust.
Mm,
The key is to discuss your needs openly, to build trust, because that's going to reduce anxiety, isn't it? As long as your partner isn't an arsehole, then this communication and vulnerability will strengthen your emotional bond. It removes the guesswork. It makes intimacy less stressful. And it can end up being better sex than you ever had since before your back was sore. To
mhm,
develop your sex life comfortably, learn to identify and share your mood. What is it? Vulnerability, I'm feeling intimate, curious, adventurous. It might change. Share this mood with your partner if one of you is initiating sex. You'll want to explore some different intimacy options. For example, we talked about massage. Mutual massage is fantastic, or sensual touch. This can build sensuality without strain. If you do this, of course, avoid pressing directly on sore spots. Don't go in for the deep tissue style massage. Use light strokes to rhythmic, I can't even say that word, rhythmically relax. It's hypnotic. Start on the shoulders or the arms, somewhere where there's no pain, and then move around the body. In my hypnosis classes, I teach students about light touch massage. It's very, very gentle strokes just with the tips of your fingers, so it's barely felt. What this does is it actually reduces pain. So you can even do it in the painful areas. It does this two ways. One, by stimulating the parasympathetic nervous system, which lowers stress, releases endorphins, and the second way is by activating the brain's gate control mechanism. So basically, there are two different signals competing for the same spinal cord. You've got the pain signal, and now you have the light touch signal, and they both going at the same time. The light touch can take over and make your brain think that there's no pain, only pleasure. Give it a try.
mhm.
You guys will be explorers together. You'll need to discover and focus on pleasure and erogenous zones that don't trigger more pain. It could be the neck, the inner thigh, wherever feels good. You're looking for areas to spark arousal without getting sore. And it's not just for the in pain partner, it's a two-way street, a shared discovery of each other's bodies. And of course, you can get help. Sex toys can add pleasure and variety that avoids physical exertion. If you don't know this story, look it up, okay? If you don't know the story about why vibrators were invented in the first place, it's fantastic. But in a nutshell, it was to stop doctors because their hands were getting too tired from
Uh-huh.
masturbating all their patients to cure them from hysteria. So vibrators really do save energy. That's what they were made for. They save exertion. Visit your local sex store. Go and ask them about some ideas of what might be fun and what might be good. You will not be the first person to have gone in there and asked them that.
Mhm.
Or just relax and just let your partner take the lead. If excess movement tires you out, then relax, just let your partner take over. Remember the I, intimacy. It's about emotional closeness, not just physical. So share a quiet moment of prolonged eye contact. Whisper words in each other's ears. Do those small things throughout the day, the romantic things that can deepen your bond just as much as sex. Acknowledge your partner's pain without needing to fix it and ask them to do that with you. Acknowledge the non-pain partner's points of view and their feelings too. But ultimately, trust your body's signals to guide you towards pleasure. If there's one thing I want you to remember from what I've said tonight, it's that sex should be about pleasure and connection, not performance. So just get rid of expectations and focus just on what feels good. If you want some one-on-one counseling with a female therapist, I can't recommend the knowledgeable and experienced Caroline Cranshaw highly enough at nzhypnotherapy.co.nz. But otherwise, follow for more tips. I'll put you back to Pedro.
Wow, that's awesome. Okay, so with me, I want to start with movement. Okay, so two of the biggest barriers to intimacy is back pain and tight hips, weak core, and all that stuff. Yeah. So when your hips and your core, yeah, these two areas aren't functioning well, your lower back has to take up all the strain, yeah, because these parts of your body are not functioning. So your lower back picks up the slack. All right. So it's like when you're playing a sport and your body is really warm. As soon as you hurt yourself, you don't really feel it. Yeah, like you bump your, I don't know, your hand. You bump your hand somewhere and it hurts. You know you're gonna get bruised, but you don't feel that pain straight away. It's because your body is hot. There's a lot of blood rushing through your body. So I know that back pain can really derail the atmosphere before sex, but you have to stop maybe a minute or two beforehand and move. Yeah. The goal is to bring blood and nutrients and oxygen, everything to around your lower back, your hips, and your core. Okay. So I want to demonstrate two movements. Yeah. For your hips and your core. One is a hip opener and the other is a core activation exercise. Look, you don't need to spend 30 minutes doing it. It's basically 1 or 2 minutes. Cool? All right. So the first one is the hip opener 90-90. That's what we call it. So this will help release some tensions around the hips because you are opening all these muscles surrounding the hips, which is going to give you more comfort. Okay, so you're letting your brain know that it's safe to move your hips in certain ways. Okay, let me quickly show you here. Onto the floor. Move this out of the way. Turn on the lights. There you go. Okay. So the first one is the hip opener. Don't mind my socks because it's cold in here. All right. Hands right next to your hips. Keep your feet wider than your shoulder width. Back straight. Drive both knees towards the floor. Feel the stretch. Pause. Come up. Change sides. Okay? Just moving from side to side, slow and controlled. If you wanna make a little bit harder, as soon as you drive your knee down, you lean forward, but try to lean, keeping your back straight, just until you feel something around here. Yeah? Come up, change sides. So this is the 90-90. Or you can go for internal and external rotations on the hip, yeah? Like this. This is also really good, moving in and out like this. Second exercise, this is a core activation movement. So lying on the ground or on your bed, hands on the side, have your heel within reach, yeah? One leg up. Now, the goal is to make a straight line from knees, hips, and shoulders. Straight line, yeah? Keep your hips up off the ground, and then we're going to change legs. Try not to drop your hips. Keep your hips up. Just changing legs. Pause, slow, control. Okay? So these two movements will bring a lot of blood and nutrients to around your core, your hips, your lower back, and you are less likely to feel any kind of pain. Make sense? Yeah, so that's me. First point, back to you, Daryl.
Awesome. That's fantastic because, you can have all the good communication in the world. You can do the KISS method till the cows come home. But if that pain is bad enough, there won't be a lot of room for libido. So just
No.
a little warm up, get the blood flowing. Fantastic. And I'm guessing you don't have to do it just as perfectly as you did. It's a case of just going where you can and just getting that movement happening.
Yeah, and like move. Only you can tell how much pain you're feeling. So you have to move according to how much pain you feel. Imagine a scale from 1 to 10. Yeah, you're going to move the way you move. There's no right or wrong as long as you're moving. Imagine this scale from 1 to 10. If you feel something on your back, that feeling, that kind of pain shouldn't go above a 2 or 3 out of 10. Yeah. If as soon as you move, that pain signal goes to like a 7, 8, 9, and is really sharp, don't do that movement. You don't need to push through pain. This should be painless, pain-free. Okay. So gauge what you can do. So you have to be really slow and very aware. Apply that curious mind, because some of you might be scared to move because of pain. So apply a curious mind, move really slow, and then ask yourself, does this movement causes me pain? What is my pain on a scale from 1 to 10? It's a 1. I'm going to keep on moving. So we're going to keep on moving. Doesn't matter which one is the movement, but you keep on moving until that pain is like a 2 or 3 out of 10. So yeah.
Fantastic. So look, you guys are getting loaded up with tools tonight, okay? So you're going to be able to have some really fantastic sex if you've been avoiding it. Now, when the pain is really bad, as I mentioned, you wouldn't be in the mood for intimacy unless you're kinky like that, each their own. Now, you might be so distracted by pain that you don't even know what feels good. And this is where hypnosis can come in and be your best friend, because it can help with direct pain management. It can also help with emotional resilience to deal with what comes up. And it can promote compassion and body awareness. And these sound a little bit like fluffy, like, oh, do I need this? But yeah, you do. If you're going to work through having a great sex life, you need to love yourself. You just got it. Okay. So just make a note, love myself, be compassionate, do that now. Let's just briefly talk to these. Okay. So if you want a great sex life, you need to manage the pain you're in. And of course, you've tried multiple ways to do that. And if it were that easy, you would have already done it, right? Well, hypnosis is proven to reduce pain intensity and hence how much that pain is going to interfere in your life. It works by altering how your brain processes pain signals to make them less overwhelming. Brain pain pathways can be retrained over time to dial up or dial down sensitivity. Studies show hypnosis can actually lower activity in the pain processing parts of the brain. Any hypnosis is actually going to help indirectly. So it doesn't matter which hypnosis you do, it's going to help by activating the parasympathetic nervous system. But the Vita method uses hypnosis to work directly on pain. When pain is managed, it's easier to focus on pleasure and connection since you're not distracted by discomfort or by worry. Your mindset can shift to positive sensations instead. In Vita, we talk a lot about pain looping or stress looping. Stress causes tense muscles, worsening back pain, which makes you more stressed, which causes more tension, which causes more pain. This is a
Mm,
vicious cycle. With hypnosis, you can deal with the pain directly, but you can also work on it from the other side. You can build emotional resilience. Chronic back pain brings emotions. It brings anger, it brings fear, it brings frustration. These can manifest as physical tension, worsening back pain and sexual discomfort. Hypnosis calms the nervous system and reduces fear, in turn, reducing physical tension and pain. So many people with lower back pain, they've got this anger, frustration, and so on, and they suppress it or they avoid those emotions. They avoid even acknowledging that there's even pain. And this can actually end up turning off how you feel, including positive sensations, turning off pleasurable sensations too. Or it can make stress and tension worse, which just affects your ability to connect and build that intimacy through communication. So you can confront this head on using hypnosis to work on specific emotions. Now, the Vita method contains specific hypnosis for anger, for shame, for anxiety, for individual emotions. But whatever works for you, just find a way, if you identify these emotions, to work on them. Go see a professional if it's really bad. Using hypnosis, you can reduce emotional blocks, you can lower pain perception, and bring a more open mindset and confidence that's so vital for a good sexual connection. Separately, you can use hypnosis to facilitate emotional release and enhance emotional availability for intimacy. In Vita, we use a lot of journaling that's specifically designed to achieve and proven to achieve emotional release. This addresses the root emotional drivers of some of your physical symptoms. Now, the last part that you're going to use hypnosis for, and there's other methods too, is for body awareness and compassion. Because in this journey, you just need to be kind to yourself. If you're
mm,
feeling inadequate or you're feeling shame about sexual performance, then that's going to inhibit intimacy more than physical discomfort is. Self-compassion, it needs to be number one. It needs to be the first thing that you make sure that you've got. There needs to be no room for shame. Let's reduce that. If you remember nothing else tonight, I've said it before, I'm going to say it again so you remember. Sex is about pleasure and connection. It's not about performance. Focus on pleasure, not performing, not providing your partner with a good time necessarily. If you're sore, be a little bit selfish. Focus on what it takes to feel good, to feel connected. It can be their turn later. Here are some ways that you can do that. You can use mindfulness, somatics, and hypnosis to boost awareness of your body sensations. I mentioned we're used to tuning out of our body, but you can also tune back in. This allows you to notice more subtle signals of comfort or discomfort. Like Pedro said, even just noticing where your pain is on a scale allows you to notice what you're feeling, notice when that's changing, but also notice where your pleasure is on a scale and what's working for you.
mm,
If you do this, you're going to catch early signs of strain before it gets worse. You can then adjust your movements or your position, and you can prevent flare ups during intimacy. But also, mindfulness lets you savor those pleasurable moments really, really fully. Ultimately, you will feel more in control of your body's responses when you strengthen the mind body connection. So you can listen to hypnosis or you can use affirmations that drive the self compassion and awareness. Say things like, my body is doing its best. My body is doing its best. I love my body. Or find hypnotic tracks that repeat these. Everyone deserves pleasure, including me. Everyone deserves pleasure, including me. Whatever happens, it's okay. Whatever happens, it's okay. Hypnosis, mindfulness, and somatics, again, are all included in the Vita method, but you can use apps like Insight Timer for free. Go on YouTube and search hypnosis videos. When trying hypnosis, try to find a voice or a style that you resonate with and practice it till it works for you. It takes a bit of practice. So, hypnosis can ease the pain directly, while communication and creativity can transform your intimacy. Get started today. After we finish tonight, Write down some practical steps that suit you to follow and work on both your body and your mind. Discover what fits your needs and your partner's needs, and be patient and kind, because progress can be slow, but every step forward is a step in the right direction. Back to you, Pedro.
Nice, great. Um, I just want to give a quick disclaimer. So these exercises that I showed you, they are a band-aid. Okay, they are not the solution for your back pain. We need prevention. Okay, if you want real solution, think ahead. Prevention. You have to act on it. If you're not sure about what to do or who to listen to because there's just too much info and noise out there, and you've tried a few things in the past, it worked, but then the pain came back, or maybe it didn't really work, and now you're very skeptical, try the Vita method. Look, we priced at $7.99. It's a one-time payment. Give it a try. Okay, we've got strengthening exercises, we've got flexibility exercises that could really change how your back is moving. We've got hypnotherapy, we've got meditations, we've got a whole bunch of stuff. And it's cheap. The barrier of entry is quite low. So if you are ready to act, click on the link below. Yeah. Now let's move on to my second point, which is prevention. Yeah. One of the biggest mistakes I see is what I call the lock and load reflex. Okay. So when people anticipate pain, they tense up, they brace their core, they hold their breath, they, and guess what happens? Their lower back locks up. Okay. So when we do that, yeah, especially during movement moments of intimacy, it actually creates more pain. You are restricting blood flow, you are restricting muscle movement and joint mobility. Something else is going to have to work extra hard, yeah, because these areas are not really working properly. So think about two things. One, which is try to preload your body with a gentle movement beforehand. If you are scared that you might have back pain during sex, ask your partner, give me 2 minutes. And then you disappear for 2 minutes and then you come back like, hey, I'm back, I'm ready. So a few stretches, some diaphragmatic breathing to calm yourself down. Sometimes it's just what you need. Sometimes all you need is to calm down your nervous system. Okay, so try. Be curious. You don't know until you try. Yeah. And two, focus on fluidity. Do not force. Like Daryl said before, choose positions or movements where you feel stable, not strained. That might mean more hip supported or side lying positions where you can actually relax your spine and keep your core softly engaged. Again, curiosity. Even though you might be in it, ask yourself, like, what's my back pain? I don't have any back pain. Let's keep going. Apply the curious mindset before, during, and after. Get to know your body a little bit better. Yeah. So remember, intimacy is not about perfection, it's about presence. And when your body feels supported, not guarded, that's when real connection becomes possible again. Okay. So that is me for today. Daryl, do you want to add something else to it?
No, that's fantastic. And, if you're liking what you're hearing, as Pedro said, just go on and sample the 14-day challenge for under $8. The full program costs more than that, but by then you'll be sure whether it's going to work for you or not, whether you like it, whether it's for you. So we've put that price on so you can give it a try. I encourage you to give it a go, to listen to the hypnosis, do the journaling, do the exercises and the movements, and go on and have some good sex. Go and have some good sex.
I'll see you guys later and have fun tonight.
See ya. Thank you.